Oh, Canada. Man, I wish I would have went to that show. Well, Unforgiven 2006. Hey, me and Matt here, and this is Killer Kyle. And welcome to another episode of Wheels of Fury. And it's that time again. Time to look back at Year Edition. And this time, we're gonna go 11 years into the future. We just did 1995. Now we go up to 2006. And I was 21 going on 22, and honestly, in my opinion, there's a few good years that I enjoyed WWE. 1993, 1999, 2001, 2004 was pretty good, and then of course you got 2006, 2013 was there. 2006 is what we're going to talk about. And yeah, you know, we got TNA. I was just slowly getting into Impact Wrestling, and of course, Ring of Honor was in its infancy, kind of.
Yeah.
But
yeah, 2006 was a fairly good year for wrestling in general. Really good for WWE. Had a lot of really hot rivalries back then. Some that you kind of wish you could forget.
yeah, Backlash.
Some you could just talk about forever.
Yeah, so we talked about WrestleMania 22 and how fucking awesome that was. And then, you know, you have the whole thing with John Cena and Edge. Now, we're going to talk about that in this video for sure.
Right.
But just the whole thing, you have the debut of Umaga.
Right.
No, that was the year after that. And Santino Marella. Anyways, today we're going to talk about Unforgiven. Was, of course, in Toronto at the Air Canada Centre, and I really wanted to go. Obviously, I didn't, but you have two epic matches. You've got a triple threat take team at Hell in a Cell, or inside Hell in a Cell, rather. And it's fitting we talk about this pay-per-view because Hell in a Cell just passed.
Yep.
So, you have that match, but you also have the main event, TLC, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs, Edge and John Cena for the WWE title.
Yeah. There is one particular match on this card that, ooh, buddy, it was something to talk about.
Oh, for sure. And you also look at Trish Stratus' last match.
Yes.
So, I mean, there is that. It was a hell of a show.
Oh, yeah.
So let's not waste any time.
There's nothing else to it but to get to it.
Hell fuck yeah. So our first match was for the Intercontinental title. You've got Jeff Hardy versus Johnny Impact, Johnny Superstar, Johnny Mundo, Johnny Nitro. Yes.
Yeah.
But these two have had some epic matches.
Yeah.
And I mean, just the facial expressions on Melina.
Oh, I know. She could sell anything just by her facial expressions.
The facial expressions, the screams, just every fucking
I
thing.
know.
And this woman is not credited enough for being one of the best managers in the 2000s. And I think that, like, obviously her stuff in NWA is really cool. And she's a hell of a wrestler.
Oh, yeah, hands down.
But, nah, this woman is underrated, as a manager, I believe.
There's a reason why I said Melina is one of my favorites. Because just how talented she is in the ring, and just her ways of getting you to just absolutely hate her.
Oh, yeah.
And, there are very few women managers that, when something happened to their client, let's say, they could feel what was happening to whoever they were managing.
Yep.
John Morrison and Melina, her with the facial expressions. Charmel was another one that really could emphasize what was happening in the match just with her face. There's another really good one.
Well, Sherry was good.
Sherry was good, yeah. Well, just those two off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Melina and Charmel just could convey such emotion with their face and just made you believe. Yeah, even though they were, the heel manager, if you will, you got a real understanding of what was going on in the match and how they felt watching their client getting beat up and whatever.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think it was this match in particular, but I mean, Jeff Hardy did a sick bump, and it was almost like a shoot expression on her face. Like, he's putting himself through a lot of shit, just as well as Johnny. So, but this was a good match too, and I think that you really thought Jeff Hardy was going to win back the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
And Melina got it, interfered, and Johnny retained, which I thought was pretty cool.
Right.
Once again, I think that this guy being a missed opportunity for the WWE title.
Yeah.
Is he gonna ever be that kind of championship material? I don't know.
Right.
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, you put the WWE title on Jeff Hardy, why the fuck could you not put it on John Morrison,
I suppose.
Well, it's like, it's another one of these wrestlers who go to different companies and they do very well. Like he did very well on Impact, I'm sure he did well in AAA. I don't remember seeing him with any titles. He probably did have a few, but I mean, yeah, it's a shame. I mean, it is and it isn't, because he still got the tag team titles. He still got the IC title. He still got to watch his tag team partner's face get smashed. But I think that, yeah, these two had a very good. Oh yeah, WECW champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. But anyways, a very good match. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed those two having this feud as well. So
Yeah. So next we go on to the Bankrupt Machine versus Umaga.
with Armando Estrada something. Anyways,
Armando Alejandro Estrada. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what an interesting guy he was.
Yes.
I mean, I don't really know what happened. I don't know if it's in the bloodline. I just don't, pun intended. I think that his drug problem really held him back a lot. Again, another guy that was the Intercontinental Champion, and basically that was it. As far as I know. I mean, you had him with Jamal, Matt and Hawaii,
Yes.
and then he comes back as Umaga,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and everyone was like, oh, look at that. The stereotypical Samoan wrestler. Savage, whatever. But that spike was fucking fierce.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Rosie and Jamal. Rosie would become Umaga, and Jamal became the Set.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, rip.
Yes.
Anyways. But look how agile, when I watched this video.
Oh, he was very agile for his size.
Oh no, I mean, yeah, I guess you could say they both were, but like,
Mm-hmm.
talking about last week, you know, I can't remember who it was. But again, Kane, like Glenn Jacobs, is one of those guys who could fucking move. Like, he wasn't a giant,
No.
but he could still fucking move.
Oh, yeah.
Same with Umaga.
Mhm.
You look at the size of him, and you think, yeah, he's not as big as Yokozuna was,
Well, no.
but yeah, very, very agile. And I mean, these two put on a hell of a match. Now, Umaga had won.
Yep.
So I think that, yeah, once again, it is a shame that he has never captured the WWE title, or the world title for that matter.
Yeah.
Kane would go on to become the world champion later on.
Yes.
Not that year, but he would still win the title. Again, wish that he would win the WWE title himself, but fuck the spinner belt. So,
Well, yeah. A tag team match. You got the Spirit Squad against Islanders. Robbie and Dorade.
I'm Robbie!
I'm Dorade. And we're the Highlander Hitters.
Yeah. Those two, I mean, I'm not Scottish, or of Scottish descent, but I'm obsessed with the UK. I don't know why, I always have been. And to see these two guys come over, it was like very cool. And again, you know, just a tag team that could have had the tag team championships. And
Yeah.
don't know why that never happened. You know, you've got the Spirit Squad. And, I mean, yeah, they were a good stable, I guess.
Mhm.
It was kind of, you know, Eric Bischoff's way of, or no, I guess Vince's way of sticking it to DX. I don't even know.
Pretty much, yeah.
Guys, I can't remember their name off the top of their head, except for Nick Nemeth. I have no idea what happened to that guy. But anyway.
Nicky, Mikey, Johnny, Mitch, and Kenny.
Yeah. But this was a good match too, and again, the Spirit Squad won.
Yeah.
Outnumbering the Islanders, but again, just having that team that I didn't know how long they were going to last in WWE. They didn't last very long. Obviously, Robbie made an appearance on Impact, and it all got fucked up for them, and they never came back to WWE. And
Yeah.
I did happen to see Robbie in Port Hope when he wrestled. I can't remember who it was, obviously, but Highlander Robbie. Yeah, it was Highlander Robbie, alias Cherry Bomb, and Sean Spears, but I think it was 2 different times. But anyways, yeah, a good tag team. Wish they would have had more.
Exactly.
And then, of course, you know, Nick Nemeth was the more famous one, and becoming the Grand Slam champion, so to speak. So, and still wrestling today in WWE with Bobby Roode.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, he's managed to have a fairly good career after the Spirit Squad. The rest of them, well, best of luck in your future endeavors. Who knows what the hell they're doing now?
Yep. So now you have a Hell in a Cell match. You've got D-Generation X. Okay. Versus the McMahons and the Big Show.
Yeah. At the beginning, this was a DX beatdown at the hand. At the hands of Vince and Shane and the Big Show.
Yeah.
Shawn and Hunter got the comeback, and they beat up Vince. They beat up Shane. They put Shane's neck in a chair.
Oh, yeah.
Shawn comes off the top rope, drops an elbow on the chair, and I want. This is where shit literally hit the fan.
Yeah.
So it got. I think it was Shawn gave Big Show sweet chin music or something. He slumped over the top rope. They take his singlet, pull it down, exposing his ass.
Oh, exactly.
They grab Vince, both Shawn and Hunter, and they shove his face in Big Show's ass, and I swear to God, if Vince's head was any smaller, or Big Show's ass was any bigger, they need surgery to remove Vince's head from Big Show's ass.
Oh my God. And I mean, what a team player Paul White was.
Oh,
It's
fuck
just
yeah.
allowing that to happen. Yeah, Vince McMahon kissed my ass plug. This was taking it to the next level. I mean, you fucking have Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania shove Shane's head up Vince's ass and whatever. This was taking it to the next level.
Well, like, with Shawn, when he did it to Shane, it was like just one cheek. They went straight for Big Show's ass crack.
Oh God, yeah.
Well, no, yeah, give credit to Big Show for being a team player. Fucking give $1 billion son of a bitch credit too for taking it.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, again, it really makes me upset to know that I could have been there to see it. No, whether or not I would be seeing it very well, because Hell in a Cell, it's kind of difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
But no, and I mean, you look at this structure, and I mean, Hell in a Cell usually was a bit smaller,
Yeah.
not that tall. Well, this motherfucker gotta be like big enough to hold not only DX, but Shane and Vince and a 7-foot tall Big Show.
Yeah.
So I mean, this match, yeah, they're bloody. It was brutal. It was disgusting. And I mean, yeah, it was one of those things too, where you have a reunited D-Generation X. Even if they had 2 people, even if it was more kid-friendly or family-friendly,
Yeah.
they still had some, innuendos in there. But still,
Yeah.
this was a really good match, and it's a shame it broke up when it did, but it was still,
Yeah.
very cool to see them back together. Again, this was one of the best matches of the night, and we'll get to the other one eventually.
Right.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I know that Killer did too, so.
Oh, the match was a very, very good match. Matt sent me the highlights when I saw it. I was like, oh, fuck yeah, I remember that. Oh, God. Just. Whew. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
As Vince's head. As they put Vince's head in Big Show's ass. Vince is probably thinking, please don't fire. Please don't fire. Please don't fire.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And there wasn't jalapeno cream cheese involved.
Yeah, we're not editing this out. Anyways, this was awesome.
Yes.
For sure. And entertaining as fuck, as you could tell.
And you go on to a match for the Women's Championship in what I would consider one of the top 10 rivalries in the early part of the 2000s.
Yeah?
Trish and Lita.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, these 2 women, Lita comes out with S.A. Rios, and basically, that doesn't last very long, and then she goes with the Hardys. You've got Trish Stratus, who was a model, Toronto's own, and she's paired up with Test and Albert.
Yep.
And then that kind of falls off the wayside and all, whatever. You have the thing with Stephanie and Vince and all that shit show.
Yeah.
But these 2 really had a good feud.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you talk about John and Jeff. These 2, yeah, matches that... these women main evented a Raw.
Yep.
I think they main evented 2 Raws. One was a take team.
I think so, yeah.
But this was a match that Trish had retired as a wrestler.
Yes.
And I don't know if it was because she was 30, because I know when Lita retired, she was over 30. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But she was done wrestling. She wanted to do some other stuff. But this match, they've had some better matches, but this was a good match.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you're Trish Stratus, I don't think there's a better way to go out. In your hometown, for the championship that you win your last night, can you get any better than that? I don't think so.
No, and it was a given. You had to have Trish win. It was, again, her hometown, her home country, And what better way to go out as the champion?
Like,
And that fucking sharpshooter, like,
oh,
guys-
she torched that thing.
I don't know if it's because she's a woman. That's just facts. But more space to expand and torque. And yeah, make it more painful.
I mean, we talked about sharpshooter Daniel Garcia put on Moxley? No.
Was it Brian?
Yeah, maybe Brian. Well, it started as a sharpshooter and then turned it into like a, I don't know, a toe hold or whatever. But yeah, that sharpshooter Trish put on later, like she damn near bent Lita in half backwards.
Yeah.
You think about it too, like, to be rivals like they were, and it lasted a good, I'll say probably 6 months or so,
Yeah.
and for them to be the best of friends now is,
Yes.
is insane. I think it because they work so well together, having matches against each other, they developed a kinship, and now they're the best of friends. I mean, they both inducted each other into the Hall of Fame and all this other stuff.
Yeah. Max is Lita's godmother.
Yep.
And so, yeah.
Godson. Lita is Max's godmother.
That's right. That's what I meant to say.
Foul!
But these two come back in 2018.
Yeah.
And they still had it,
Oh,
obviously.
yeah.
You know, and it's kind of apropos in a way because you have the Women's Royal Rumble and you've got Mickey James and Trish Stratus and
Yeah.
just the crowd
Oh, yeah.
that fucking erupts. That is when you know that you did something.
Oh, yeah.
That was WrestleMania 22 of this year. And just the feud that those two had. But yes, Lita would retire the year after.
Yes.
And, well, kind of. But anyways, yeah, this match was awesome. And I don't think there will be another legendary women's feud in WWE, in my opinion.
There were some that have come close, but
Yeah.
I don't know if any women's rivalry could ever reach the status of these two.
Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Randy Orton versus Carlito, gotta be and cool.
The spit in the face.
And people who don't want to be cool. Yeah.
This was a good match too, and I mean, I think that Carlito, his run was not too bad. I mean,
Yeah.
he won I believe it was the US title on my birthday.
I think so,
It was a
yeah.
few days after he debuted or whatever, and that was awesome. I think that I had some good matches with John Cena. There's some other ones. This match in particular was awesome though, and yeah, I mean, Randy was still hated his fucking guts, but again, like Shawn Michaels, you can't deny the
Talent of that man.
yes. And so this guy was amazing as well. And I mean, hitting that RKO out of nowhere,
Yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah, like it started as just his finisher, and then when he started getting creative with it and how he would go into the RKO and just being able to instantly hit it on you, seemingly out of nowhere, that's when it just snowballed and just became this mass entity that people just fell in love with.
Oh yeah. And I mean, I think Carlito could have had a better run. I don't know. obviously it had to have been substance problems or whatever. He had a good take team run with Chris Masters, Chris Adonis, whatever you will. But yeah, I think somebody that could have had a better run in WWE for sure. But unfortunately, he didn't. Also, let's bring up the fact that these two are second generation wrestlers. Well,
Randy's third.
Yeah, so.
But yes, they're both like Randy, of course, his father's Cowboy Bob. His grandfather was Bob Orton Sr. Carlito's father, of course, is the legendary Carlos Colon. So,
yeah. So that was a good match, for sure.
Yes.
Now we go on to the main event.
Yep.
We've got John Cena versus Edge. And this feud, oh my god.
Wild.
It just so, you know, you have New Year's Revolution, the Elimination Chamber. John Cena wins, retaining the title. Out comes Mr. Money in the Bank Edge, cashes in.
Well, out came Vince first, and he's
Like
like,
that, yes.
isn't that start over? Raise the cage. Edge handed him the briefcase. He went in. Penn Cena became champion.
Yeah. So there's that. And yeah, and I mean, dude, you have SummerSlam in Boston, Massachusetts. Now, John is from Ross Newbury. You have the whole segment where Edge goes into the childhood home and John Sr. is there. And the whole bit with that, where your Edge slaps his dad.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, there's that. This was like rock and roll meets hip hop.
Yeah.
And you know, it was kind of like Chris Jericho and John Cena. But this was a much better feud because they've had some very, very good matches. Now,
Yes.
the match at SummerSlam, Edge won. This match, you are going to have TLC, tables, ladders, and chairs. And I thought about this earlier today because you have Adam Copeland. And in my opinion, a visionary of the new hardcore. And what I mean by that is you have Adam Copeland who did the hardcore match with WrestleMania 22 with Mick Foley.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the TLC matches. You have a lot of these things that fucking Edge could do that nobody else really did at that time. And so you look at this match and you think, okay, John Cena could do it all, sort of.
Yeah.
Why not put him in this type of match? And I believe, and you know, give credit to John Cena, he put his life in Adam's hands.
Essentially, yeah.
And yes, I would say his kayfabe name, whatever, but
Yeah.
it's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this match was awesome. And you look at the whole thing where Edge comes out, and the crowd is behind him. And he's like, I tried so hard not to cry.
Oh, I know.
But it's true. You have a guy who's a champion, who comes back to his hometown, just like Trish.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this match was good. They did everything. They pulled out all the fucking stops.
Absolutely.
You have John Cena do an STFU to Edge, and unbeknownst to John, chokes him out.
Yeah. Cena placed Edge in the ladder and closed it and then put on the STF, and Edge blacked out and he was laying on the canvas and slowly coming to and looks up and sees the Air Canada logo. He's like, okay, I know where I am, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that was nuts. And there was a lot of high spots too. And like me, John's afraid of heights. Well, I mean, not to the extreme for him anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, he climbed that ladder. You got, and set up 2 tables. You know, and John tosses Edge off the ladder onto the tables.
Gave him an attitude adjustment through the tables and then grabbed the championship to win.
And obviously, he, you know, just like Lesnar, we won't go there. He didn't think this was necessary, but he was man enough to accept it.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Lesnar. So, yes, this was an awesome match. And if you watch the untold story near the end of it, there is one where he goes outside and hugs his dad. And every time I watch that, I get a little lump in the throat. I'm probably choking on something, but anyways, yes, this was an awesome match. And I think they have 1 or 2 more, I don't know, but nothing could ever top this match.
Oh yeah. When I say that there was some really awesome rivalries throughout the early part of the 2000s, you know, I wasn't fucking kidding.
No.
Trish and Lita, Edge and Cena, Jeff and Morrison, and several others.
Like it or not, in my opinion, 2006 was one of the best years in WWE, period.
Yeah.
Because it was one of the last violent years in WWE. They were kid-friendly, but you still had that violent aspect.
Yeah.
You still had blood. You still had, like, just carnage. They weren't fully PG yet.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, and I've said this before, if you want to appeal to everybody, well, I mean, you don't always appeal to everybody, but if you want to,
Yeah.
that's how you fucking do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, again, what an awesome pay-per-view this was. And once again, I wish I was there. I don't even know how old you were, but...
You were 21, turning 22. I was...
Oh, you were a teenager.
16, either 16 turning 17 or 17 turning 18.
16 turning 17? I don't know.
Well, I was still in high school at this point.
Yeah, I know.
So, I would have been grade 10. So, about 16, 17.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you could have went, I'm sure. But
Possibly.
again, another thing that I missed out on, but still a good pay-per-view. John Morrison, who would become the WWECW champion, you know, maybe have another Intercontinental Championship run. Well, he obviously did. The next year, you have the debut of Anthony Corelli as Santino Marella. And, of course, his feud with Umaga.
Yeah.
So, and then, I mean, there was the unfortunate part with Triple H tore his quad again.
Yeah.
And DX broke up for a while. And Big Show's asshole was cleared up after that, too. So, this was a good pay-per-view, and I've said that already.
Yeah.
So,
Really good show.
so this has been another episode of Wheels of Fury. The first installment. Well, the third installment. The first episode of 2006. So I think next time we do this episode, we're going to talk about TNA Lockdown.
Right.
Now, I'm not sure about you, but I was slowly getting into Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
And so I'll look for that. We'll talk about that. There's a lot to get to, though. I mean, I know we have a forbidden door. Obviously, we're gonna have to squeeze in Rager at some point.
We got Slammiversary first,
Okay.
and then
Wait, when is Slammiversary? That's the 19th.
yeah, it's the 19th.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I'm going. So you got Slammiversary first, then you got the Forbidden Door, then you got Blood and Guts,
Right.
and then you go into Money Rank.
Right. Yes.
And yeah, we'll fit in Road Rager somehow.
Yeah. So, anyways, this is me, Matt, and Killer Kyle. And this has been Wheels of Fury. And if you're not down with that, we've got 2 words for you.
Suck it.